Hello everyone, welcome to my live Forever in Motion class. My name is Kereen and I am a recreation therapist with the Community Older Adult team, and I will be leading your class for today. So what you're going to need is what I usually get you to grab: tubing or TheraBand, sturdy chair, good pair of supportive running shoes, and your water bottle. If you have all those things, we are good to go. We will just start off with a little march. Remember that chair is there for support, whatever level you need. I encourage you to be behind your chair at all times. For the sake of leading the class, you can see what I'm doing with my feet. I will be standing to the side of it, but like I said, we encourage you to be standing behind. Option 1, you've got both hands on the chair if need be. Option 2, maybe just fingertips or one hand. Option 3, your hands are just kind of hovering above it. Chair's there just in case you lose your balance and need to grab on, and that happens to all of us from time to time. Most of the exercises can be done standing or seated. I will be showing you if the seated option is anything much different than the standing. I'll show you that variation as well. Remember, as always, to work at your own pace. If at any point you're feeling pain, discomfort, or like you're overexerting yourself, make sure that you stop, slow down, or adapt to whatever you're doing. We always want it to be a safe class. Posture, you want those shoulders back and down. Your core is engaged, so you're bracing your stomach nice and tight as though someone's going to give you a nice playful punch to the stomach. And you're either standing up nice and tall, chest up, proud, or same thing if you're doing it seated. Sitting up nice and tall, chest up, nice and proud. All right. And let's see, I tell you, stop at any point. If you're feeling pain, discomfort, or like you're overexerting yourself, that should be a given, right? You should know that one always. Okay, I'm just gonna peek here. Looks like we've got one or two on there. I mean, I'm surprised. This is Christmas. Surprised anyone's on here with me right now. All right, let's take the legs wide. My gosh, we've been going with that regular march long enough. With the water bottle, feel free to grab a drink of water anytime. You don't need to wait for me to tell you it's time for a drink. It's important to stay hydrated, helps to regulate body temperature, makes for a safer workout, and it also helps to prevent cramps. All right, let's bring those legs back in. And we will take that to a V step. So just in the shape of a V, starting out with the pointy part with our legs together, the bottom point of the V, and then stepping forward wide, and then bring it back to the bottom of the V. So forward, wide, back, narrow. Okay, get those legs going, feel comfortable with the legs. And let's add in some arms if you are comfortable with doing so. For the arms, let's see, how about, let's try a little bit of a brain challenge, just throw it at you right off the bat. And let's do pinky, not pinky, that's next. I want you to make circles with your fingers, extending them out. Start with your index fingers and then extend. Next, your middle fingers, extend, ring finger, extend, pinky, extend, and then work your way back. Okay, do that, keep going with that. And how are you doing with that? Okay, when we get back to our starting position, let's switch legs, which one you're starting with. And so I was starting with my left before. This time around, I'm going to start with my right. And we're going to do those circle thingies with our fingers again. But what we're going to do different is one hand is index finger, other hand is your pinky. All right, and then we're still working our way across at the same time, but from opposite sides of your hand. Keep going with it. Keep going with that V step. All right, last one. And back to a march. Shake those fingers out. Nice big shoulder rolls backwards. All right, let's just go for a heel dig. Heel down, toe pointing up. And how about we press those arms back? We want to keep those shoulders back and down as much of our day as possible rather than forward flexed. So I'm aiming for about a 1 hour class today. We'll see how that goes. Normally if I try to do anything shorter than that, I end up doing an hour anyway, so I may as well just aim for that hour to start. 4, 3, 2, last one, and back to a regular march. All right, I'm thirsty already, so I am going to grab a drink of water. Feel free to do the same. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be tongue-tied today again. All right, side step. So just a simple step to the side, step together. Step to the side, step together. Pretty simple. And let's just cross the arms in the front down low. And we'll slowly bring them up to about chest height. And take them back down. What I want you to start doing now, if you're okay with it and comfortable with it, is I want you to try to do your arms at a different speed than what you're doing your legs. While you're taking your arms up and down and crossing them. And also, while you're crossing them, I want you to alternate which one is on top and which one is below. Keep going with that. 4, 3. Am I mixing you up? That was 2. Last one. And let's just take it back to a march. All right, next up, ham curl. So we're just bending at the knee, bringing the heel up in the back. Don't bend at the hips at all. Let's see if I can see what's coming up here. Hello. Okay, and let's do a bicep curl with that. When I do these videos, it is usually quite quiet in the house. It feels quite quiet in the house because it is, but having just had a house full for Christmas and all my grandchildren, this is extra quiet. And I'm missing them already. It's only been a couple days and I'm already missing all of them. I'm very proud to say I have 8 grandchildren. And yes, they are even better than kids, but don't tell my kids I said that. 4, 3, 2, last one, regular march. Okay, how are you doing? You feeling that in those hips? For some reason I am. I did a bunch of stairs yesterday as a workout, so I think I'm feeling that a little bit. Okay, let's take that march wide again. And if you're doing it seated, exact same thing. Take those legs out wide. One thing you won't be able to do is if you're doing it seated, is what we're going to do with the next part of this, is I want you to take it down low. So whatever works for you, keep your chest up. Keep going. Almost there. Last count of 8. Here we go. And I am counting in my head. Something like that. Okay, bring it back up. Bring the legs back in. Okay, how did you do with that? Can we try that again? I think I must have had just the right amount or just a little bit too much caffeine again today. I'm feeling like I am talking and moving a little faster than usual. Okay, take those legs wide again. And let's take it down low again. 3, 2, take it down lower if you can. Last one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring it back up and bring the legs in. Okay, let's see. It's my one guy never does that. Okay, let's do it 2 more times. Take the legs wide. Take it down low. 3, 5, 4, 2, 1, 2. Last 8, 6. And back up. Okay, yeah, I screwed up on the counting again, but that's okay. All right, we're going to do that one more time. And I want you to take it down as low as you can, comfortably and safely. Okay, here we go. Take those legs out wide. And let's take it down low again. See if you can go just a little bit lower than what you were. Remember, that chair is there for support, whatever level of support you need. 3, 2. Oh, this is starting to feel it. Last 8 count. Okay, bring it back up. Let's just march that out. Grab another drink of water. Keep those legs moving. You don't want to stop all of a sudden once you get that heart rate up. Got my heart rate going. All right, so this time I'm going to step back a little bit. We're going to do the V step, but then another V at the top, so it's like a diamond. So starting out narrow, and I'm going to start with my left leg, so wide at the center of the diamond, and then narrow at the top again, and then wide, narrow. I'm going to slow it down again. Remember, always, always work at your own pace. Listen to your body. If at any point you're feeling pain, discomfort, or like you're overexerting yourself, make sure that you stop, slow down, or adapt whatever you're doing. We always want it to be a safe class. Okay, arms. Starting with the arms in, out with the legs, in at the top. And last one here. Let's stop back here. Keep the arms out this time, legs in, and we'll do the reverse. Switching legs. Feel free to go as fast or slow as you need with this. And let's do one more. And at the back, let's stick here and take it back to a march. All right. Still standing up nice and tall, core engaged. Take it to a heel dig. And just starting out with those legs. Let you get comfortable with that. And when you're ready, you can join in with some arms. Let's do some diamond arms. Just did diamonds with the legs. Now we're doing it with the arms. You want to mix things up a little bit. Try to do that diamond shape at a different speed than what you're doing the legs. My legs are wanting to go faster too. How about, okay, oh, I'm going to challenge myself this time too. Okay, the legs are going to go faster and my arms are going to go slow. Usually I go faster with my arms and the legs are the slow ones. Kind of more of a challenge for me because I'm not used to doing it the opposite of that. Kind of fun. Mix things up, challenge yourself with things you don't normally do. Great for the brain. Yeah, I'm going to try and go really slow with my arms without slowing down with my legs. Okay, last one here. There we go. Back to a march. All right, next up, instead of our side step, but to get some of that sideways sort of movement, let's just do a skater, so tapping in behind. If you only go like directly behind, totally fine. If you want, you can challenge yourself by taking a bigger step behind. Can swing the arms with it. Keep the chest up. And depending where you want to go with that, if you want to bump up the challenge a little bit more, you can add in a little jump, pushing off, kind of like a speed skater, which I definitely am not. Remember, work at your own level, whatever works for you. And 4, 3, 2, last one, and back to regular march. And let's go back to that ham curl. All right, so ham curl. Just bending the knee, not at the hips. You don't want to bring that knee forward. We're just bringing the heel up. And with that, this time around, let's do a reach and pull. So reaching out, fingers are extended, pull back, squeeze it to a fist. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Nice strong pull. Feel free to do the arms and legs at different speeds again. Challenge that brain some more. All right, 4, 3, 2, last one, and back to a march. And I think we can start slowing this down a little bit. So let's see, what do I want to do just to kind of slow things down? How about we just go back to that side step? Or we could even, let's do this into a box. So side step, 1 step forward, bring the legs together, 1 step to the side together, 1 step back together. Let's just keep going with that box. Some of my best dance moves, sadly. Okay, let's go the other direction. So forward from here to the side. All right, so we are cooling down. We want to bring the breathing and the heart rate back down to normal. All right, one more little box around and back, and just a regular march. Grab another drink of water. Keep those feet moving. All right, and okay, couple options. What I want to do next is kind of a brain challenge thing too. So you can either take your band and set it out on the floor in front of you, or not even in front of you, beside you. Let's do it beside you. And what we're going to do, or you can just pretend there's an imaginary line there of some sort and not even bother with the band. All right. So what we're going to do is step up and over, as though it was higher than what it actually is. Pretend it's like 6 inches, 4 inches, a foot, whatever works for you. So stepping up and over. All right, so to make this more of a challenge, while we're doing it, I want you to, when we're stepping to the left, say a number. We are going to count by 3s. Let's just keep going for a bit here. We are going to count by 3s, starting at 2, because starting at 0 would be too easy, right? Okay, so there's that, when we're stepping to the left. When we're stepping to the right, I want you, oops, big step. I want you to name something that means Christmas, or that's associated to Christmas. So let's start with our step to the left and counting by 3, starting at 2. So the first one is 5, right? Then bring it back over, taking it back. It's a Christmas item or something associated with Christmas. I'll say tree. All right, taking it back. What's the next one? 8. My item is wreath. 11. I'm going to say lights. 14. I'm purposely delaying so that you can have some time to think too. Mine over here is with food, my favorite Christmas food, my favorite dish, wheat. Okay, taking it back the other way. 17. Music. 20. And the best family gatherings. Okay, march that out. Pick up your band if you had it down on the floor. And that is, that's it for that part. Let's do, now that we kind of loosened up our hips by doing that stepping over, let's do some hip openers. So bring that leg up, out, in, and down. Switch legs, up, out, in, and down. Remember that chair is there for whatever level of support you need. Let's do 2 more each side. And last one each side. All right, shaking that out. Let's do some shoulder rolls again. All right, so doing a couple posture exercises. I like to start out with posture exercises now. Let's see, let's do a shoulder retraction. So we're just gonna bring those shoulder blades back. If you're doing it seated, just slide your hands on your thighs and bring the shoulders back, shoulder blades back, and squeeze it together and down. Standing, and then release. And let's do that again. Take those shoulder blades back and down. Let's add in that chin tuck. So remember, you're starting out with that L, the thumb on your chest, your chin, that index finger is against your chin, and pull that chin back so you're making that nice double chin. So it's a combination. I'm going to add them in right away. So that shoulder retraction and chin tuck. That's a really good photo op. Should have showed you this before Christmas, right? Okay, and release, shake that out a bit. Take those shoulders back, shoulder blades back and down, and take that chin back. Okay, so there's your tip for next time you've got a photo op. Remember your posture exercises. All right, shaking that out. Now, let's go into our back exercises. So grabbing your band or tubing, whatever you've got. And what I'd like to start with is a back squeeze. So grabbing onto the band, your index fingers are either touching or fairly close together and about chest height or armpit height. And take a breath in and exhale as you bring the arms apart. Inhale as you release. Keep going with that. We want to go the same speed out and in. Pulling those hands apart, taking the elbows out and then kind of back. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can do that with your stance. Normally you would want your feet about shoulder width apart, slight bend to your knees, core engaged. So if you want to challenge yourself, keep that core engaged, but change your feet a little bit, change your stance. Either maybe just one forward, one back, or if you really want to switch it up a little bit more, go more like a tightrope walker. Or if you want to change it a little more, heel toe. If you really want to switch it up, go to one leg, or even just use the one toe as a kickstand kind of thing. But remember, we're going the same speed out and in. We want to challenge our muscles both directions. This is the last one, that's probably enough. Shake that out. Shake those hips out a little bit. And I'm going to switch which leg is in front. Bring hands back up again. Take a breath in and exhale as you pull out. Inhale on the release. Okay. And you might notice that I'm not in the center of my band. That is intentional, because if you're always doing your exercises pulling on the band in the same area, then that might shorten the life of your band a little bit. If you work it in different areas of the band, then that may extend the life of your band. Remembering also that the bands don't like to be left in a cold vehicle or a hot vehicle. That can also shorten their life, the life of your band. And last two, I'm going to take it to one leg again. I think I need to do the other leg though. There we go. Shake that out. Going for a chest fly. So grab so that there's resistance in the band with your arms extended, feet shoulder width apart, or wherever you want to give yourself some challenge. I'm going to start with just my legs together, narrowing my base of support this way. Breath in and exhale as you're coming forward. Since this is a chest exercise, as we're bringing forward, think about squeezing those chest muscles together. If you're able to focus on the muscles that you're working, you can often work them just a little bit better. I'm going to take this to one leg. Challenge my balance at the same time. If you make sure that you keep that core engaged, that will also help with your balance. And two more. Last one. There we go, shake that out. I need another drink of water. Feel free to do the same. We are going to go for a back row, so you're going to need your chair for this one. So sitting up nice and tall, remembering that whenever we are doing any exercises on our chair, we are sitting up nice and tall towards the front of our chair. So for this, you're, like I mentioned, sitting up nice and tall. Your legs are extended, slight bend to your knees. You never want to lock those knees. The band is under my feet, toes are kind of pointed so the band doesn't roll up and smack me in the face. And I have some tension on the band with my arms extended. Keeping the arms straight this time. Take a breath in and pull back and then push just a little bit farther past you. We are going to go the same speed, both directions again. Think about squeezing those shoulder blades back and down again. Your eyes are out on the horizon. So I mentioned a little bit earlier that my favorite Christmas dish is wheat. Cannot get enough of that. So feel free to leave a comment and let me know what your favorite dish is, your favorite Christmas dish. I'd be curious to hear some of the favorites out there. Let's do two more. And last one. All right. You can set your chair aside if you're not doing the exercises seated. And let's go for our shoulder exercise. Let's do a lateral raise. All right. So palms are facing to the front. You are standing on the band. If your band is shorter, feel free to do with one leg, or if it's a heavier resistance band, feel free to do with one leg. Taking a breath in and exhale as you lift up about shoulder height, no higher, and inhale on the release. Only raising those arms up to as high as you can comfortably, but no higher than shoulder height. Okay, now it is getting warm in here. I'm gonna have to switch my fan on next water break. And with this too, you can challenge yourself more, your balance, by changing your base of support. So let's do 2 more. And last one. There we go. And, oh, I'm gonna switch on that band now and grab another drink. Okay, what do I want to do? I want to do a bicep exercise. So what I want to do with this, though, I'm going to mix it up a little bit, and let's do a squat and bicep curl at the same time. So make sure you've got resistance on your band. Let's make sure you have your feet at a good, comfortable, safe distance apart again. We're doing that squat, keep the knees back, take your bum back, and bring it back up, and let's do a hammer hold bicep curl. Take it down to that squat, press down through the heels, bring it up to that bicep curl, pressing down, squeeze your glute muscles as you are pressing down to push yourself up. Make sure you are keeping those elbows in. Make sure you're keeping those knees back. You're just sitting back as though you're going to sit in a chair, and then you change your mind and you stand back up. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Okay. So that was bicep. So for tricep, I thought I would get you to do one a little different today. So it's a tricep kickback. Normally, if you've got weights, we would get you to bring that elbow back and just extend the elbow. Since we're doing it with the band instead of weights, I want you to have the band anchored on your chair. I'm going to turn a little bit more here. And spread stance. Take a big step back. And you can lean forward just slightly. Head, neck, spine. Is that right? Head, neck, spine. Yeah, it sounded funny for a second there. Take your fist back to about your hip. Hips are squared to the front. Elbow is up. You're looking to the front. And extend that arm out, straightening the arm. Both shoulders should be square to the front. This is working our tricep. Lovely muscles. Part of your arm that when you wave, it waves back. Everybody's favorite. If you are doing it seated, I didn't say this part, if you're doing it seated, just feel free to do one of the other versions. Your one arm across your chest, maybe extend the elbow out and take it straight out to the side. The arm that is planted there, that one is across to the other side of your neck, and that one doesn't move. Okay, let's switch sides, shake it out. So grab the band in your other hand, throw it across to the other side of your neck. Keep that hand there on your shoulder, chest, wherever you want to say. Elbow out to the side, extend it out. Keep going with that. If you are doing the standing version of the kickback, switch which hand is the anchor and which leg is in front, and take that back to about your hip. You might need to give yourself some more slack on the band. Just slight bend forward and extend that arm out. Again, remembering to keep head, neck, spine in good alignment. hips square to the front and shoulders square to the front. Nice, slow and controlled. Try to go the same speed out and in. You can kind of adjust it as you need by the amount of tension on that band. This one's a little bit tougher than the regular tricep extension that we do. Okay, taking that chair off to the side again. Okay, I lied. I don't want the chair off to the side. We are going to do we're done with the band. No, we're not, but for now. I keep changing my mind. I'm allowed to do that. I'm a female, right? Okay, sitting up towards the front of your chair, sitting up nice and tall, we are going to do my version of a Russian twist. So sitting up nice and tall, and I'll get you to just extend your arms out in front of you like you're holding a ball. And sit back as though you're going to do your ab crunch, your seated crunch, and then just twisting, take that ball to one side, nice and slow and controlled, up to the front, and then to the other side, and then up to the front, and then sit up. Okay, let's do that again. Sitting back, take that ball to one side, back up to the middle, and then to the other side, back up to the middle, and sitting back up. Let's go back again. Take it to the side, nice, slow and controlled. Back up, over to the other side, and back up, and sitting up tall. Let's do 2 more. Take it back. Core is engaged, remember, this whole time. Take it to the side, back up, over to the other side, back up, and sitting up. 1 more time. Take it back. See how far you can lean back without touching the back of your chair. One side, center, other side, back up, and up. All right. Now we're done with the chair if you're doing them standing. What I would like you to do now is, I said that we're not quite done with the band, hip abduction. So you can either do, hip abduction is when you're taking that leg out to the side. Your toe is kind of turned in, you're leading with your heel, maybe even a little bit pigeon-toed. So if you're doing it seated, that leg is just coming out to the side, back in. Or if you want some extra resistance, you can wrap the band around and take the leg out that way. Okay, if you are doing it standing, we can add the band in a different way. Make sure you're still behind your chair though. I'm going to stand off to the side so you can see what I'm doing. But this one's going to be a smaller move. Remember that chair is in front of you, and I want you just to kind of press against. You won't be able to lift that leg as high, but you're not supposed to be lifting that leg high anyway, even if you're doing it without the band. Keep the core engaged. Press against the band. I've got a heavier resistance band than when I did this the last time. So I'm definitely feeling that extra resistance, a little more than just the resistance of gravity. Slow it down as much as you can. Make sure that you get nice and steady on that one leg before you switch and try and press out with the other one. Remember that chair should be right in front of you for whatever level of support you need. You can be hanging onto the chair while you're doing this, if need be. One more each side. Okay. Shake that out. And how about we just do a few? Whew, that's so easy now, isn't it? A few without the band. Nice, slow and controlled. Working on the balance some more here. One more each side. All right, shake that out. And, not yet. Up onto, we're gonna do our toe and heel. So up onto your toes, raising the heels up, down onto your heels, raise the toes up, alternating back and forth. When you're going onto your toes, think about going onto your big toes more so than rounding out and curving out to the small ones. The more you slow this down, the more it is going to challenge your balance. Totally fine if you waver and have to take a step. Works your reaction time that way then too. All right, shake that out. Grab another drink of water. And what I'm going to get you to do is grab your chair again and your band. See, each time you thought you were done with the band, not yet. Well, after this you will be. So sitting up nice and tall, maybe to about the middle of your chair this time, how about? And I want you to wrap the band around like the ball of your foot. Make sure it's not gonna snap up and hit you. Okay, get nice and tight on there, pull onto it. I'm gonna get that better positioned. Okay, and you're holding onto it nice and tight and just press your toes forward for a plantar flexion. Okay, strengthening those ankles. Working on that range of motion. Our ankles are very important in falls prevention and just in general. Nice, slow and controlled. Both directions, same speed. Okay, now this time hold and pull that toe back up towards you. You should feel a nice stretch in your calf. Make sure you are still breathing, you're not holding your breath. Lots of times when we do some stretching, people tend to want to hold their breath. Not a good thing. Okay, switch legs. Get that position nicely and hang on to that, and we're going to do that plantar flexion again. Point and release. Point those toes as much as you can. And release nice and slow. You're still sitting up nice and tall, core engaged. Okay, one more point, as much as you can. And then bring it back up nice and slow. And give a gentle pull and bring that toe back for that calf stretch. Remember, when we're stretching, slight discomfort is okay, but if you're ever feeling pain, then that means you've gone too far and you need to let up a little bit. All right, now we're done with the band. Let's see, how about, let's stick to the front here. Let's just do some ankle circles. Let's switch to the first leg again. Let's do some circles, inward circles. And switch to some outward ones. And this is where my ankle cracks every time. All right, switching legs. Let's do inward. And outward. Okay, let's go for, come more towards the front of your chair, and we will do that hamstring stretch. So heel down, toe pointing up, and your core is engaged. You are just hinging forward at the hips. I'm just thinking of something else while I'm doing this. So you should feel a nice stretch in your hamstring. Looking for an item that I might want to use to show you one other thing, but I think I'll have to grab it for the next class that I do with you. All right, shake that out. Other heel down, toe pointing up, hinging forward, head, neck, spine, all in good alignment. Feel a nice stretch in your hamstring, the back of your thigh. And make sure you're not locking your knee. And if you are leaning on a leg for support, it should be the bent leg, not the extended one. Okay, shaking that out. Let's go for the hip flexor quad stretch. Sitting up nice and tall. You got one butt cheek on the chair, one off. Take that front leg back. Sitting up nice and tall. Core is still engaged. This is where you want to feel that stretch. You want to feel that stretch a little bit more. Lean back just slightly. You'll feel a nice stretch there, one of my favorites. If you're leaning forward, you're not going to feel the stretch as much, so make sure you're either at least sitting up nice and tall, and if you want a little bit more intense, lean back just slightly. You can also add in that same arm, if you like. Okay, switching. I'm going to turn my chair now so my back is not to you. Sitting up nice and tall. Take that leg back. Feel free to sit back a little bit. Feel free to add that arm in there. Bringing that to the front. And let's go for the glute hip stretch. So either just taking your legs straight across if you can, or sometimes you can just use that other leg as a ramp, bring that leg up, or even just wherever that leg is, that's totally fine. I'm going to switch angles here slightly so it doesn't look like I've got freakishly long legs. And bring that up, hinging forward at the hips. Feel that nice stretch. You're feeling it right there. And if you like, you can give a gentle press on the inside of your knee. Again, making sure you're not holding your breath. You've got head, neck, spine in good alignment. Maybe think a little bit about that chin retraction while you're doing this, or the chin tuck, sorry. Shoulder retraction, chin tuck. Getting tongue-tied, good thing we're almost at the end. Okay, shake that out. Bring the other leg across. Remembering you're at the front of your chair. Pivot forward at the hips. Gentle press on the knee if you like. Sitting up nice and tall with that head, neck, spine in good alignment. All right, shake that out. And let's see. I think we can stand for the rest here. If you're doing it standing, feel free to do them seated if you're doing it seated. And let's go for a shoulder stretch. So bring that arm across. Let's go for a adductor stretch at the same time, the inside of your thigh. So bring that arm across, take the legs to the side. You can do some hand circles there. So you should feel a nice stretch in your shoulder area and in your adductor muscle, the inside of your thigh. Reverse direction with your hand. You're still standing up nice and tall or sitting up nice and tall. Shake that out. Take the other arm across from underneath. Grab on, pull it in closer. Take the legs to the side. Keep your toes pointed to the front. Some hand circles there. Reverse direction with the hand circles. Shaking that out. And let's see. Do I want to try something different? Let's try something different. Pressing up with one hand, pressing down with the other one. Press, press, press. Reach up as high as you can and down. Press down as far as you can. That same one that's reaching up, let's take it down into a tricep stretch. Reach down between your shoulder blades, gentle press on your elbow or in your triceps area. This is where you want to feel the stretch. If you have shoulder issues and that's not feeling so good, feel free to take it across to the other side and give a gentle press this way. Shaking that out. Let's take the other arm up, other arm down. Reach, pulling those two arms apart, those two hands apart. Press up as high as you can. Press down as far as you can. That arm that's extended up, take it down between your shoulder blades. Gentle press on your elbow or in your triceps area, or taking the arm across to the other side, whatever works for you. Bring the arms down, take them down and back, about a 45-degree angle. Thumbs are up, rotate them around. I'm going to move my chair out of the way a little bit more. Press the shoulders back. Try and rotate so the thumbs are kind of up again. You should feel a stretch in your biceps. Rotate the thumbs up again, bend the hands back at your wrist. Rotate around again, press the shoulders back. You should feel it more in your forearm. All right, shaking that out. Nice big shoulder rolls backwards. And I'm actually going to sneak in something here. Let's sneak in a progressive relaxation. So you're sitting at, you can feel free to lean against the back of your chair. I want you to relax against the back of the chair. You're not slouching, but you're relaxed. So we are going to tense and release each muscle head to toe in progression kind of thing. So tensing up your face and your head muscles. Tense, tense, tense. Squeeze your eyes together. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And release. Tense up your jaw. Tense, 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 tense. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. Tense up your neck. Tense it up, focus on that neck, tense it up. And release. Make sure you're not holding your breath while you're doing this. Tense up those shoulders. Tense, 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 tense. Feel free to have your hands hanging down or on your lap, on your thighs. Okay, release those shoulders. Tense up those biceps. I'm going to actually put my hands on my lap now. Tense up those biceps. Tense, tense, tense. And release. Squeeze those hands into a fist. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And release. Shake those fingers out. Tense up your core muscles. Tense, tense, tense. And release. Tense up your butt, your glute muscles. Tense, tense, tense. And release. Tense up your quads and your hamstrings. Tense it all up. Your upper thigh, or not your upper thigh, your thighs. Tense them up. And release. Tense up those calves. Try to tense them up. Tense, tense, tense. And release. And let's finish off with our feet, our toes. Tense up those feet, squish up those toes in your shoes. Tense it all up. And release. All right, shake that all out. You should be nice and relaxed and loose. All right, we are done for today. Going to finish off with just 3 relaxing breaths. Deep breaths, inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. So take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. I look really tall here. It looks like I'm touching the ceiling. Deep breath in, stretch it up. Yeah, I'm a giant. You didn't know that, did you? Stretch it up and exhale. And give yourselves a hand. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, I come to the side. The sun's shining in my eyes. I'm not complaining about the sun. Love the sun. Any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to leave a comment in below or to contact us at the office anytime. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.